All right, so I have floors, walls, columns all in place for this project. And I want to just address a couple problems that are already starting to surface. So the first thing I did was I turned on my section box, which if you aren't clicked on anything, you'll just see your properties for your 3D view, which you can access by going up to this house icon. You can turn your section box on by scrolling down to extents and checking the section box. So what I did was I just used these drag handles to cut the model down visually so that I could start to see the different components of it. And so one thing that you're going to notice is that my first floor walls and my second floor walls are currently overlapping, and that's an issue. You don't want geometries like that overlapping for various reasons. So I have some decisions I have to make about how these walls work. And what I'm going to do in this particular case is I'm going to click on my wall, and you'll notice I've got a related warning here. If I click on it, it'll tell me that my walls overlap, and that's a problem for finding room boundaries. And it says you can use cut geometry to embed a wall within another wall, which is one way to handle this. The other way is that you can attach the wall to the underside of the slab, which is what I'm going to do in this particular case. So all I have to do is select my wall, and up here you'll see this button that says Attach Top Base. And if I click on this, I can click on my slab for my second floor, and that wall will trim down automatically to it. This is super easy. Now, I can do the same thing with any of my columns. You see this structural column here is starting to poke through my floor. I can click on it and hit Attach Top Base and select the slab as well, and it will trim down perfectly. Wonderful little tool. Now the other thing that you're seeing here is that in preparation for putting a ramp in this area, we've cut out some shapes that in this wall to make the wall look kind of correct in terms of how it looks in the house itself. Now there's a glass infill here that we'll be adding in a moment. What you do with this is you draw your wall to the highest extent that it's going to go up. So in this case, from the first floor, or slightly below, it looks like, or no, from the first floor all the way up to the top of the second floor. And once you've done that, and you can do this with any wall, a button will come up in your Modify tab that says Edit Profile. So I'm going to click on this wall and say Edit Profile. And what you're going to notice is that there are bunches of purple sketch lines that have been drawn to make this wall the correct shape. Now let's take a look at a normal wall. If I hit Edit Profile, you'll see it's just a square. So what I can do is take my draw tools and go in here and edit my profile in any way I wish. Let's do that, and then let's drag this corner up. I'm just going to use the trim tool to trim this back together. If I can get it to trim. Get this one to trim. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this and hit OK. And you'll see that this has edited that wall to be whatever I told it to be. Now, if you made a mistake, like in this case, obviously we don't want this to look like this. All I have to do is click on my wall again, and there's a little button here that says Reset Profile. It's very lovely. Perfect. So we've edited the sketch for a couple of these walls, and what we'll do also is when we create a curtain wall infill for this, we will also edit the profile of it to fit in here as well so that it fits in that hole perfectly. And it'll be super fantastic, very easy, and that's going to be kind of our next step.